30 seconds until minions spawn.
Where I was excellence, I am deformed. Decast poorly with these crude materials. But this abomination of flesh well serves my murderous intents.
Minions have spawned.
I just took a 13, 13, 13 power, 11, 11, 13, colon, 13, 13 power. Dash. Also minus or negative 5150. 808 233 701 999.13. 13 power embedded on all codes for bam. Source, not for ourselves. Alright, let's see. I got excited because I contacted the Pentagon on Google reviews. Check it out. Angel of Death, 13, 13, 13 power. Of course that's my name. You thought it was going to be something different this time? No. Caballeros, it's... Okay, go to the Pentagon. I'm the most recent Google review. Nothing I say is true. But there are some videos posted about what's going on apocalyptic-wise. Biblical stuff. Those are for... These guys gave me a thumbs up on the at the Pentagon. All the psychics are haters. They don't want to hear this shit, but the Pentagon's like, fuck yeah, fuck them. Archangel Azrael-led groups are attacking evil beings? Hell yeah. That's what they were thinking. Finally, it's about time. There were, like, we knew something was wrong. Couldn't quite pinpoint it. I'm downloading a video now talking about various things that have taken place within the matrix that I'm being downloaded new information due to the fact that I have connected to beings where I have been and have made connection portals. So I have been to Sedona. I have been hanging out over there, camping at Cococino Park over there between Flagstaff and Sedona on 89A.131313. So you got to understand, all these freeways that I've been on, the 17 freeway back to Sedona, or you could go 89A, 13, 13, 13 power. Now, all of these are matrix codes designed to maximize energetic reflux into my digitalized program called me. So I would encounter things like falling off my skateboard on 89A, coming down with a giant backpack at night, and I started going too fast and I had to jump off, and I was told there were some witches that would be there. They were there, and they almost ran me over. So anyway, these are the energetic foulnesses that are brought to you. And beings like me, we don't have accidents by chance. It's a very specific, calculated, and every response is calculated in terms of energetic value that is sold, it's harvested through your events that take place, like my falling off a skateboard. And then there's more value for them because they told me about what is going on. That here comes the witch or whatever. And you never know what's true. So, my team is what I sometimes think is telling me the truth, but then I'm being told that there's also different manipulations of you believing truth, where I still have made like connections to that I haven't broken yet, so they're still speaking to me as truth. These beings on the other side. So I'm getting telepathic messages, but I can't tell you who they are. Mine are a bump, and everyone else is going to be starting to become bombarded with all of this telepathic talk from different beings that are now, since I was the central hub, everyone who was protected from these sort of energies from their team on the other side, which they are making money with. So if you're making money by being a psychic, that is one sign that you're making money on other dimensions. For selling something that you were never supposed to sell. I just find these things out along the way, like right now. That these energetic values, you are manipulated by dark forces to be used against Source. If you are a paid psychic. If you're not sending any assistance my way, which I have no intention of receiving from any psychic. Because they will not be directed to do that. Their teams will try to keep me down. Keeping me down has involved homelessness, jobs with poor opportunities, things like that. So me, I get to see the whole energies coming in rather than just seeing, like I get told how to, like it's above psychic. Like I get told and shown things about how psychics are stuck. I don't know what's going on. Colette Baron Reed. She's a witch. Modern day cosmic sorcery. So, the Pentagon gave me a thumbs up, and not one psychic did. And we're talking about, I connected with so many of these beings, hundreds today, hundreds of psychics. Big things are going to happen because now, this is the only game I'm playing. To make the digital connection, I use a digital device called a phone, and I go on a digital channel and we exchange energies in our consciousness, even unknown to ourselves. If the being never gets to open the message, it goes through their electronic connections to that, because we're in a computer. So everything has to be dealt with as an electronic reality that's digitalized with spells where it looks like it's not. Don't get me wrong. You can still make it enjoyable, but along the way, you'll be psychic. So, being psychic, since we're all psychic, but our abilities have been manipulated all day. I'm watching all these manipulations coming through my mind, and then seeing if things that I used to react to, if I don't react to them, the lack of reaction causes upset in the reality. When I'm doing it intentionally, it's called an intentional upset program. Everything's a program. You can refer to yourself as your name. I'm the Walter Rossi Jr. Programs. I'm not just one program. There are many. We're multiplicity. They have another Walter Rossi on another timeline doing other things with them. But it's me in this one, so far that I can see, that I won't get switched out. I'm going to play this one all the way through. No B13. This is all the 18. Real. So all of our reality makes us want to hurry these days. Like, hurry up, get to the next thing, whether it's hurry up, eat the next thing before, or you're just supposed to hurry up and eat, or hurry up because there's a car coming. I need to put on more gas because they're coming, and everyone trying to get to that spot on the freeway. That's the type of hurry I was dealing with. Then I came home and I recognized for the first time these angels are connected to reptilians and lizards. She was petting the cat. Because that's what they do. They get into my vision, the peripheral, and then they'll make distractions. And it makes your mind keep going. Because all I'm looking for is things that don't move. Because I was in a busy day in a computer out there where I know. Where, see, if you're doing numbers and a siren passes by, you knew it was you who caused it. Most people are not walking around the matrix like that. They're having thoughts, and that thought triggers an energetic response syndrome. Programs 13. And something has to happen. Something usually dramatic or, energetically loud. So like, something is, I was told on the way over here about how I used to get prophecies and how I cared about them. That was the program. Like, I cared that the data on Facebook got removed. I cared other people would see what's going on and back me up. Because I was given ideas about the way things could happen that were lies. So, this is my only friend. He's a nice guy. Anyway, the Matrix, the way the energies are dispelled, that means you can take the spell out of your reality. But you'll see when you beat them, you become more psychic. And then so once you become more psychic, they know how to poke at you. Because now they're telling you about what they're doing to you. So that's when you're not going with the flow. You're not with the program. You're not having friends as demonic beings. I was in Santa Monica. And I'm sitting there on the grass across from the mall by these weird art creations. Things. And I'm hearing the conversation in my head, talking to me about something. I don't know what the fuck it was telling me at the time. It really doesn't matter, because they talk about everything. But this son of a bitch had an angle to his energy. It was like there was an angle in there that I don't remember right now, but let's just say, trying to be too convincing about something. Like, hey man, if you're giving me messages, you shouldn't be so fucking, all attached. So anyway, this fucking being, I was like this. I said, is this, and because everything that the movies we saw, they all relate to a program. And if you speak it as one of the spells that were given to you, it really fucks up the other side. So one of them was Interview with a Vampire. I turned my question into, is this an interview with a vampire? And they said, well, kinda, or like, yeah, and then, or something like, yeah, and I'm like, fuck you. And then all the water turned on me and shit, and fucking, that's what's up with me. And this is why no psychics want to fucking talk to me. So, fuck them. Because I'm not on, the glitter, glamour, fucking psychic hay wagon, like, which is whoever, the hay company, whatever the fuck that is. Colette Baron Reed, the witch, who was on Gaia, Lucifer's channel, told me everything about me in that show. And that's why I felt, I was watching people tell me about my life. Self-Realization Fellowship, which is Snake Radio Frequency, SRF, 131335. I would go there and I had a lady hissing behind me. Yes. And I don't know what that was. That was when I was being quote unquote called what I called gang stalking. But it was weird because I didn't know I was breaking through psychic energy barriers. I thought I was just having weird ass satanic stalking, evil people always stalking me and being fucking ugly. I thought I was just like I was a target of some sort. And that's a falsity. What happens is you rise to another dimension. And when you rise to that other dimension, you are seeing truth. That beings are being put into the matrix reality. And it appears as if you are being stalked. Well, and they do get people to begin the program by stalking you in a fashion. So you get real people that will start to really fuck with you. That's real. They did that to me in Simi Valley. I was renting the old lady's house, and then they, gaslighting, I think they call it. Well, whatever they did it was a psychological game being played. It's called satanic gang stalking. And it's designed to throw the person off in every category of their life. Financial instability. There's a support instability of the groups that you hang around, your friends, your family. Once you begin explaining what's happening, then there's the separation programs. So what happens is they start to separate people against you. So there's an outflux of energy out of your nucleus avatar, which holds a lot of energy from consciousness. So there's this like a backdraft, right? So you don't see this happening, and not many people experience this. So these beings are seeing things that you can't see. That's why on video they look fucking nuts. Like they show somebody and they talk about what they can see, but you're not seeing it. And you're not understanding it. You don't feel the same way. As a matter of fact, this guy's got some problems. The one who's making the video, that person's just sitting there with his family. That's crazy. What's going on? See? Because they have awoken to a higher level of understanding about this digital reality while still being kept in the dark about the truth of what's happening. And what this has done, so there's the draft of energy that left them. So they're isolated, right? And you're never really isolated. What it does is it creates that backdraft. The only people who are being injected into their matrix reality are the negative souls from the other side, thrown into the computer. Now it looks like you have a bunch of people coming in following you. Well, I just got all this information, and I'm going to just talk more about it because there's a place they reach after all of this energy that I just now got told about. Now watch this. Here's what I already got told. Now I'm putting the pieces together. So this satanic gang stalking thing that I went through, people really couldn't see it. And there were key words being spoken to me that evil souls know that were downloading through other people and making me think that that person was following me. Well, they were just receiving information from a download and into their mind, and they were playing through. Now, some of these beings that are, because there's if you look in the skies at the stars, that's how many types of programs there are. Types of beings that are hired as dark beings to play this game in your life. It's crazy. They say there's the spell is all shapes, sizes, and other ways, right? So these beings come into this reality through human form with even stacked spirits in them, multiples. So this is why you get multiple personality disorders. You get all sorts of possessions in this reality. People talking to themselves. The methamphetamine drug opens up massive portals into the mind for telepathy. And so this is what you're actually witnessing. The trash that's made by a meth addict, you'll notice that there's a lot of disarray they created, like in an art form. Well, That's the art form of the demonic beings telepathically talking to them, scattering their brain waves so they can control them precisely to the point to build this nest of energy that you can see where meth addicts are sitting, and they create this big, where they stay for a long time, they create some crazy shit. Anyway, it's the same beings talking to them that's talking to us, just so you know. So there is no difference. They're just more susceptible to reacting to each download more powerfully than ourselves, because we have, the portals are much more differently outlaid than the methamphetamines that just wide open. So now you got this gaping hole of mind begging for information to come in, and there's like a thrust outward going out in their mind, and then now the inwards, they say they miss. It's not true. They're very specific, I'm being told right now, that they are perfectly designed. And that's why you got the people acting so fucked up. You know what I mean? I've seen them. If you watch the videos, you're going to see a possession take place. And, fucking monsters are all stacked in there. So ICP, the Insane Clown Posse, sings a song, and they're talking about we're all stacked. And then even one of the songs, he goes, I'm possessed just like you. And then, these guys, fucking all these songs that they're saying about these crazy things, they do Southwest Black Magic, 13, 13, 13 power. And that has to do with Southwest Airlines. And I'm from, I used to fly Southwest as a child to go visit my Nazi grandmother, where they would do sex, mind control simulations that have been planted in the MyLab programs. So you need to look up MyLab, MILAB. Supposedly these are government programs, but when you're done with them, you never remember them. So I don't know. They're definitely demonic. But Corey Good on Cosmic Disclosure, who is a gatekeeper, has talked about his being in MyLab programs. He's born in 1970, just like me, San Antonio, Texas, just like me. They found he was an empath through the Scantron test, just like me. And but you see, he's kind of like doing a spell by mimicking a lot about my life, but being the one that is accepting credits. So it's very interesting how the separation programs are. I go in and explain to people I'm the Pale Horse Rider. I can send people to other dimensions in a meditation with sounds. And I've got all these crazy energy response syndromes, which people will call prophecies. Well, and not one person will comment on my fucking YouTube. Isn't that crazy? Today, the best that it gets is one thumbs up from the Pentagon. So it's got to be stupid like that, you know what I mean? It couldn't be some peon psychic or meditation person or fucking spiritual adventurist business LLC owner. These are corporations now. These people are turning psychic into businesses, and the more you go things like corporate and you put it on your, I saw some of those idiots, but they're using powers that they understand from a soul level. Corporations, Azrael came in the movie Dogma and murdered everyone in the corporate office with a gun as Ben Affleck. So keep that in mind. I'm not going to follow his footsteps, but Azrael is on the other side as a spirit and works through many different programs. I'm just his main avatar, but not that he is beyond not looking for other avatars to walk in. So I was possessed at one time, and that I knew that I could not control my physical form. So this leaves open for karmic blowback when needed, because I was just always thinking if I was driving a car, they would have had me crash into a car. They would have had me drive off an embankment, right? And, with my family or some shit like that. Well, they did sacrifice my children. So it just works out like that. You know what I'm saying? My mother kills her mom, and the two children that I was going to have born, one of them got pooped into a toilet by a meth addict Christian. She's, Jesus' little girl now, she says. No, Jesus' princess. She uses all these sorceries. I'm not going to mention anything but that person. Iris Hunter, 1313 third part. None I say it's true. Then the other one, Monica Yamas, murdered my birthday on my baby on my birthday. Birthday baby. Planned Parenthood. So then those are they don't look like sacrifices. They look like abortions. But these are heavy duty sacrifices. So our created reality is from these traumas that may occur to you not as traumas. Like you may not have had your heart into the moment that those things happen. Maybe you didn't, but later those things will be replayed and for an energetic effect because they have to do with moral values, which are played against you in this reality. Yeah. So a lot of crazy things. Every time you feel discomfort in any fashion, there is a harvesting of energy, meaning money is changing hands on other dimensions from that ache, from that stutter that made you frustrated whenever the phone, you thought it was going to, but like that. Those things really fuck you up. Anyway, nothing I say is true, but Pentagon said, yo, well, I sent him a thing and just said Archangel Azrael-led groups, right, are attacking, essentially, evil beings right now. So, and there, what I was getting is, and what I'm creating at least, I don't know if it's so, because I know Kathy O'Brien, the mind control operative, who was a prostitute from child pornography, is on video talking about these programs at the Pentagon, that she was a Pentagon level prostitute. She went with Mark Phillips, this CIA operative who turned on the CIA. Supposedly you could do that and save the victim by writing a book and having it go through several channels of legal lawyers and committees, and now you're bona fide. Well, that's solidifying sorcery is what I'm told. Oh, and I just got the warning. Anyway, she's got a lot of sorcery that's solidified through that book, and this is why she's Jennifer Frieder's clone. And I saw it when she looked like a little bit like a snort. You hear that noise? Weird. Alright, none I say is true. Remember that.